Good afternoon, Flosstube world. I am Leanne, Stitchy Moon Crafts, and this is Flosstube 39, formerly known as Morgana Stitchy Moon. Just in case you know me as that, I have now changed. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a really lovely Christmas and New Year time. If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever you celebrate, I hope was lovely with your family and friends. I had planned to do a end of year WIP parade, but time just got away from me, and I ended up having a I've just come back from a very quick trip to Melbourne to see my grandson, who is completely gorgeous, of course. So today I'm going to have a little bit of patchwork stuff, but I'll leave that to the end, so I've got a bit of an update there. And I do apologise if you can hear the air conditioner going. It's a bit muggy today, and the light above me just here blew, so we're working on daylight, so unfortunately there's probably going to be a bit of a reflection on my glasses. I will do what I can to try and avoid that, but I do apologise. Okay, I'm going to start, I might start with the WIPs. We'll go with that. No particular order. Just WIPs that I still have that I will be carrying into 2023. So at the moment, as it stands, I think I've got 12 WIPs. So, which isn't too bad. I think I started the year with 16. Yeah, 16. So I've had a few finishes, which I will also show the ones I can. I have passed on a couple to Nicole from Darvanalee Designs to finish for me. She's going to FFO those. But at the moment, so as I said, in no particular order. Now, we have got my Nemesis piece. I started this in 2020 for my son, and it's In Harmony. In Harmony, I think it's called. Yeah, In Harmony Dimensions Kit. So, yeah. I had to, for those of you that have been following for quite a while, will know that when I started this, it was because my son saw one that I had done for an aunt, and absolutely said at the time I was never doing another dimensions, and I think every time I do a dimensions kit I always say I'm never doing another one. Here we are, doing another one. So I had to do quite a lot of frogging on this one. If you haven't, if you're not familiar with my past ones, sorry about the crinkling. So I got to this wolf here, and I'd stitched the snout, but I had missed all of where my finger is. So we basically had the snout going into the head. And I didn't realise until I looked at it and went, he doesn't look quite right. So I had to frog all of that out. It was only 6 rows I missed, but the 6 rows meant 6 rows right across. So fun times. So there we are now. I've frogged. I have not done any since my last showing of this, which I had started here again. I've decided to start on this side, so completing this wolf here and then go across that way, so I don't muck up, because I think that's what I did. I was just, and that's why I didn't notice. So unfortunately here, oh no, that's meant to be there. It's floss. So that one, I have now stepped up a timeline for that. So my son turns 21 this year in March. And I really want this done for his 21st. Even if it's not FFO'd, which I would hope I could do that, it will be at least finished. So my focus piece between now and March is unfortunately the wolves, because I want them done. I'm sick of them. So it needs to go, and he's been so patient with me. He has never complained or anything about not having it. He asks me where they are, but no pressure. So that will be part of his gift for his 21st. So on to the next WIP. Oh wait, so that one I'll leave because that's my New Year, New Start. So I did for September sampler September, however it goes. I wasn't going to do it because samplers, I don't know, I don't think they're really sort of my cup of tea. I say that now and then I'm like, ooh, see that, like that. One day I might do a bigger one, we'll see. But Blackbird Designs, Midnight Watch. So I saw this and I loved it, so I thought I'll do it for September sampler, and I couldn't put it down, so I added it to my Spooktober stitching from Dee Dee's Spooktober. Nicole has that going each year, so I added that to my list of, my rotation. This year I didn't really sort of have ever anything major. This one I just fell in love. I just couldn't put it down. I haven't done as much on this as I would have liked, and that was because I did come really, really close to a finish. So I decided to stop everything and go for the finish. Not for this piece, but for another one, which I will show you in a minute. So this is where I'm at. I'm sorry, we have a naughty cat in the house. So this is where I'm at. I've been plodding away on the moon, and I'm about to start on the house. So I'm really happy with the progress that I have made with that. I am in two minds whether to rest this piece now until Spooktober or September sampler next year, or to keep going. I have discovered there is a companion piece to this, Halloween Eve. I don't know. I think they're companion pieces. So I'm thinking I might, I need it. I need to have that in my stash. Whether I start that again or not, I don't know. But I definitely think I need that in my life. And it is in a Darvanalee Designs vinyl bag. I bought this at a retreat that I went to, a Brisbane Cross Stitches retreat in 2021. So, sorry. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, so I did have and I'll bring this one up for a finish. And then I've got my Lisa Parker, Midnight Hour, which I refer to as Loki's piece. I actually now have this on my, I have it on my pattern keeper, so I don't have a picture of it now. My goal for the year had been to finish this section. I wanted this finished by the end of 2022, but because I decided I could go for a few finishes, I actually put it to the wayside. So I finished Old Witch Mary, and there was another one, which I'll get to that in my finishes. But because I had two that I could get finished, this sort of went on hold. But it will be this and the wolves. Once I've got the wolves done, this will go back into my focus. This will become my focus again. Because I've had it for quite a while. It started me going, and I think, it started me back into cross stitch. So I think this is one that I really just want to get a bit more work done on it. So get that done. So I'm going to pack up everything as I go, so I do apologise for the delay there. Just that way it's keep track of everything. Okay. So the other one hasn't had a lot of work this year, but it is in my, and I absolutely love this piece. And it's Donna Gelsinger's Mini Deer Creek. And I am just going to quickly pause. Okay, sorry about that. I did actually find, I do have a paper copy still of The Witching Hour from Lisa Parker. So that one is, I had realised I haven't been saying what fabric they're on. So Lisa Parker is on 18 count Ada with the magic grid. The wolves are on 14 count Navy Ada that was supplied because it came as a kit with the Dimensions kit. And then the Midnight Run is on 28 count Even Weave. It's Rustique from Sew It All Australia. I did coffee dye that myself. It was actually meant to be for my Halloween Quaker. No, Hawk Run at Halloween at Hawk Run. But I really want to do sampler September with that one. So because that was all I had in my stash, I've used that. I think, that's okay because I think I want a different fabric anyway for my Halloween at Hawk Run. So that's okay. But for Mini Deer Creek, it's by Donna Gelsinger. And this is on 25 count Ada. 25 count, yeah. By, and Magic Easy Grid. So I apologise, my printer is a bit washed out. So this is it. If you want to see a really amazing finish of this, Darren from Dizzy Stitcher, he completed this, I think in 2021 maybe, or beginning of 2022. And I believe he's doing it again. I'm a bit behind on my floss tubes, but definitely go over and check out Darren's because it's amazing. I did this as my New Year New Start for 2021, I believe. Sorry, I'll just quickly check. Because I had seen his and I had decided, yep, that's what I was going to do. And it got the better of me. Yeah, so this was my 2021 start. I think my problem is that I'm doing it, look at it, I'm happy with the coverage and everything. I think I should have done it 1/1, not 2/1. But I think the colours are awesome. It's made it quite bulky on the back. I don't care about the whole back thing, but it's really, really bulky. And because it's a lot of confetti, so right now I'm in a bit of confetti hell, and that will get better. I know that. I just need to stick with it and persevere. But I am using this one on Pattern Keeper. So once I'm a little further away, I am actually going to give away the paper copies. I did buy the HAED copy of Witching Hour. I bought that twice. So the paper copy I am still just going to give away. And this one I will give away. But I'm going to wait till I'm a little further in to do that. I'm happy with Pattern Keeper. I do think I stitch faster. I don't know if that's in my head or not. But yeah, so later this year I will be giving both of those away. So keep an eye out for them. And I keep them in my Marauders map bag, which I made by myself. I made myself, not by myself. Then now this, I'm not even sure what is in this one. Oh, so this was a stitch along that I was doing with Nadine from Nad's Cross Stitch. She's on Flosstube. It's terrible. She's just in my favourites. So I will try and put her down below. So it's a Silver Creek sampler. And again, my printer's a bit crap. So I was doing this with her, and it says, "The moon said to me, do not wait to be whole, to let your light shine from the depths of your soul." So, and I'm doing this on, I think it's opalescent, storm. Sorry, it is even weave 28 count, and normally they have the name of it, and of course this one doesn't. So, no, this one doesn't. But it is from Sew It All Australia, and that is where I'm at. I tried to make it shiny by using, it's not Carrige, it was the DMC Etoile one. But, you know, I'm almost at the end. I think I'm pretty much done with that. I've just got the top part to go, I think. And now, so I must have finished the grey, so I'm on to the doing the lady. And I do love this, and I would like to get this finished. So I'm thinking I will, it was just, honestly, the using the etoile or whatever it is, that part of it just slowed things down because I hated stitching with it. And I will never do it again. I will use the called claws. You'd think I would have learnt my lesson after my Halloween Quaker and changing that to a Carrige. Stupid. Silly me. But anyway, so I'm loving, I do love that piece, so I will get round to hopefully getting some more stitches into that. Now I do love I love autumn. It is my favourite season. And I'm doing, now this is my working copy, so it is a bit, so this is Autumn at Hawk Run. Now I'm omitting the last 4 because I'm keeping it just autumn. Halloween I will do separately, but I do think I will make these 2 on their own just as little ornaments. So I say that now, but you know, I had great vision that this was going to, great plans, this was going to be a block a month. And I started this one in, I think I started this one in 2020. Sorry, just having, yeah, so I started this in August 2020. And as I said, it was going to be a block a month. I'm doing this on 28 count even weave from Sew It All Australia, and it is tea and coffee dyed by me. As I say in pretty much every floss tube, this was also fabric purchased in my great buy up of 2020 during COVID lockdown when I had to go to Melbourne. So I got this, and Sew It All Australia were really good because I was still not familiar with stitching on 28 count. I told them what I was doing. They organised the fabric for me, and it was in Melbourne within days of ordering it. So this is where I'm up to. So I've completed both blocks, and I've started doing the 3rd block. I did actually put this down because I've decided I'm not going to pick it up again until autumn. So I will actually stitch on this in autumn, and that will be my focus piece. I was going to start Cinnamon Stars, but I think what I'm going to do is kit that up, get that ready, and get some more stitches into this first, because I really want to start getting a few finishes under my belt. I think, yeah, 2020, so we're going into, I know these ones can take a while, but I started this in 2020. I want to get some of the 2020 finishes out of the way. This necessarily won't be one of those because I realise being a Hawk Run Hollow, they are a bit more intense than the others. Those houses are pretty... I'd never done a house until I did those ones. And this is in my autumn bag, stitched by myself. I'm not sure what's in this one. So this, oh, I should know what this is in this one. This was one I did for Nicole at Darvanalee's birthday sale. So in August of 2021, I believe. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly find it. Because we did this one, and I think this is one I haven't written down, unless it was 21. Okay, Night Walked Down, it was actually in 2020. So I started this on the 13th of August for Nicole's birthday sale. This is normally my plain stitch. When I go to Melbourne, I can stitch on this. I didn't take it this time, and that was purely because I forgot to pack it. I only went down for 4 days, so I was trying to limit what I took, and then this unfortunately didn't get it. So I've really done not a lot, just the border and this. I have decided I think I'm going to pull out the white. I think it looks really good without it. So, I'm not sure. I'm just having a think on that one. I don't know. And I've sort of with this one I came to a standstill because of the peacock. I don't know that I want to do it in all white. Yeah, and that's why I've sort of stopped as to what I'm going to do there. I'll have a think about it, but it is Night Walked Down by the Blue Flower, and it is on 14 count custom die, a grey purple custom die from Crafty Leanie. So I rang her and she was able to organise that for me. So, and this is why it is a piece that I can stitch on the plane, because I can see that without all my extra bits that I need to take, magnifiers and what have you. So this is another one that will actually get quite a bit of work. And in fact, I think maybe in August, because that's Nicole's birthday month, I might just make that a sole, just monogamous stitch for that. And that was also in a bag by me. It's on the bed too far for me to reach, so it's been a while since I stitched a bag for myself, but I'm liking the vinyl fronts from Nicole's. Now, this one is Doreen Jones's When Witches Ride. And this one was also started in 2020 when I did DD's Spooktober. So I'm just having a quick look. I can't, just to double check. Yeah, so I have made a counting error. I know, you're all surprised. In the border. So one side's longer than the other. And basically I was too lazy to unpick it at the time, so I've decided to leave it for now and do all the wording and everything else to work out, because I'm not sure which side is wrong, whether the short side or the long side. So I'm just going to do the inside and then work out the border later. So I won't pick this one up again until Spooktober in October. Just because I have got other pieces that I want to go with, and hopefully this will be the last year this one will be seen. So that is Doreen Jones's when witches ride. So, and I love this. I was using the glow in the dark for the moon. That has also slowed me down, and I hate it. I hate every bit of doing glow in the dark thread. I did use it on this little witch one that came from Halloween. Is it Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine? And it looks great when it's done, but man, it's a pain to stitch with. So I will look at getting back to that. I think if I do, my best option that I worked out is small pieces and do it small amounts at a time. Then I don't get cranky with it. So, and that is in, I don't know where I got this bag. I think my husband actually may, or my kids may have got me this bag off Etsy. It's got glitter front and Harry Potter themed at the back. So, and this one is my Halloweening quilt. Another counting error on this one. I started this in 2020 with DD for DD's Spooktober. So I'm just up here. Now I made a counting error with the house, but having looked, well, I thought I did, having looked at this, I'm not sure. I think maybe it is meant to come quite close. So I think I may be on track with this. So we'll see. So that's what I'm up to now. And we'll see how we go. And that is on 28 count even weave from the stash I bought in 2020 from Sew It All Australia. And the, sorry, When Witches Ride, that's on 14 count Ada, which is the recommended and the call for DMC. All of these I use DMC, so it's all of whatever I stitch on will be the call for DMC. If I don't have the DMC, I will go as close to it as I possibly can. And this is also a little bag made by myself. Now this one was in my whips. I'm just not actually sure what it is. I don't know if any of you remember back in Spooktober, last year I was gifted by Nicole from Darvanalee Designs a tribal cauldron, and I wanted to start this and I couldn't find it. Well, I just found it. It's in this in this little bag. This was the first one I ever made, and I love that fabric. So that will be there for next year. Oh. And because it was a finish, I had it in a bag, and it was one of my finishes for the year. So she also gifted me the tribal cat. So I will do both of those for Spooktober next year. And there's another one from Violet Cross Stitch. Wild Violet Cross Stitch. This one. So that was also gifted to me from Nicole. I'm not sure if I'll get to that one for next year, but it's definitely going to be one of those. I absolutely love that. But I'm very excited. At least now I've found both of these. And they can go back into that one. So, on to finishes. My finishes for this year, so this is the first finish for the year, was the Primitive Hare's Samhain, which is the season for Halloween or autumn. And I did the Wheel of the Year for this one, as in I've done Marbon, Lammas, Litha. I haven't done Yule, and I did Imbolc as well. Sorry. But Samhain was the one that I did do, and that was my first finish for 2023, I believe. Okay. And I did that on, this was a grab bag from Sew It All Australia, so I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure. So it looks like it's an even weave maybe, but and I think I've done it I've done it 2 over. So that was my finish. And then of course I did, now this has gone to Nicole, Old Witch Mary. So I think I can't remember which order they were finished in, but this was the chart. So it's Lila's Studio, Lila's Studio Old Witch Mary. And it just says, Old Witch Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With moss and slime and poisonous vine and toadstools all in a row. So nice little Halloween piece. So Nicole has that and is going to FFO it for me as, I think we're doing it as a flat finish, a flat fold. I can't remember. Whatever Nicole decides to do is going to be awesome. Then I had, and this is one I'm still trying to decide what to do with. I think of all the pieces I have done so far, this one is my favourite. I absolutely love this piece. I loved stitching on it. I loved every minute of it, except for the eyes. They drove me insane. And Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts, she came in as my amazing friend and did the eyes for me. Now the eyes for this piece are essential. They had to be right. And Gail was able to help me with that. And it's on 14 count Ada, coffee dyed by myself. It was meant to be white Ada, but I'd already gone on a coffee dye binge, so that's what I did. And I actually really like it on the coffee dyed. So this is just, hang on, let me just pick some up. I just love this piece so much. So whichever way I finish it, I want it to be perfect. I contemplated a cushion, but I'm thinking now I want to frame it and I want to put it in a round wooden frame, I think. I think that will make it, yeah. But look at those eyes. Are they not something? I absolutely love this. This is my most favourite piece, I think. I can confidently say the most favourite piece I've done. So hopefully if I hold it long enough, YouTube, this is the one we need to have as my thumbnail instead of some of those charming photos they tend to give me. So this is 14 count Ada from Sew It All Australia, and that I didn't have as many finishes this year as I would have liked, but between work and life, that's how it goes. But my latest finish, and this is why and this is a bag done by me, so which I thought was very appropriate for the Green Man, Watcher of the Forest, was my Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. Now I love this. I love Blackbird Designs. Okay, so this one. Now I did omit Wicked Witch. Which is neither here nor there, but I figure if I'm having this up in my house, I don't want any negative connotations. So we have got this one. And I think I'm going to do a pillow maybe for this. I've hacked it off a bit so that I could do another piece, but that's where we're at, and I really hope that the lighting in here is doing it justice. I just love it. I love this piece. I love it so much. I did make a mistake with the crows here. they're in black, not as they are charted. I didn't look at the chart when I did them. I quickly just grabbed black. However, I think it works. And I call them Hugin and Mugen. So, and I omitted the cross from there as well. So, or weather vane, just because it annoyed me. So, I was going to put a little moon there, and I just wanted to get this finished before the end of 2022. So that was my last finish. I finished that New Year's Eve. So that got that in. And then I joined Dee Dee's New Year's Eve stitch stitching Zoom. And I started, now I think I showed what my New Year's start was going to be, but for those that may not have seen it, it's Teresa Kogut's Halloween sampler. I was led astray, or not led astray, I was enabled by Nicole. She pointed this out on her Flosstube, and I heard my name mentioned, and it would be rude not to have continued and got it. So I rang Carolyn from A Stitch in Time and said I needed this. So she sent that through, or put my name on the list and sent it through when it was available. So I am in love with this chart, absolutely in love with this chart. So much so that I really, really have not stitched on anything this year, except for this. I wasn't going to do that. I was going to just stitch a couple of bits, and then I would move on to the next piece, which is going to be the wolves, which I think is probably why I spent more time on this. So I've done this on 28 count even weave, also from the stash of 2020, and that is where I'm at. So my fabric is just going to be enough, I believe, for this. I think I'll have a 2-inch border. So that's pretty true to colour. And my needle minder is from Gail. She gave that to me a couple of Christmases ago. It was on my Halloween at Hawk Run, but because I'm doing the Halloween sampler, it needed to be on this piece. Absolutely enjoying every minute of stitching on this. I love it. So that will be my piece. I'll stitch probably a little bit more on that. So that was my new year new start. I'll stitch on it maybe a little bit more. I'll finish the page, and then that will become my Halloween stitch. Then I did have a new start. Oh, I also had a new start and a finish for Christmas. I don't normally do like a Christmas stitch, but this one I had to do. So this is my working copy, sorry. It's Plum Street Samplers Merry 2. And it was a really super quick stitch. So I'm going to make this into a little cushion for my dough bowl when I get it going. I absolutely love it. I use DMC. In hindsight, if I'd been a little more organised, I probably would have used I think it had General Arts that it called for. Weeks Dye Works, I think it was. So I just love it. I love this so much. He's so cute. So I'm glad I did that one, and I will probably send that off to Nicole. Hey Nicole. Yeah. So that was, and they do have another one, so I'm thinking I might do another, so it's Merry 1. But that is it for my finishes and my new starts. I did have a little purchase some months ago. Now I had a bit of a problem with this. Well, not a problem, and it was through no fault of the designer, but postage, it didn't turn up. So I got in contact with Izzy. So this, sorry, I'll show you first. So the Primitive Hare, I do love her work as well. So I got the Yule Goat, which I will actually start, I'll do it Yule, which for us in Australia will be in June. So that will be my Yule start for then. I got that, and I had wanted to have my next one as my New Year, New Start. But because of postage, it took, well, it's 5 months. Sorry, it's 5 months, and I still don't have it. The hard copies, I paid for hard copies, and they, got lost in the post. So I messaged Nicole, Izzy from the Primitive Hare, and she was really good and sent me the PDFs. So I printed them off. This is the other one that I really wanted to do for my New Year, New Start, and this is the Wheel of the Year. It is, I have been searching for a long time for a Wheel of the Year, and I absolutely love this so much. The only thing I'm going to change, I'm going to take off the goddesses and gods that are around here and change the dates to the southern hemisphere. The moon cycle I will probably also reverse. So that's going to be a bit of a tricky mind meld for me, but we'll see how we go. So I will, I think I'll start from the centre and then go out. So, but the dates will change. So Yule will say June and vice versa. However, I do think I might start that in April, because April is Samhain for us, and that is the Witch's New Year or Halloween. So Samhain is probably the most, it's my my most favourite of the Sabbaths. So I'm thinking I will start that if I can get that kitted up by then. So we'll see how we go. I'm not sure what fabric I'm going to do this on yet. And I thought it would be good if I do it as a round piece, because I've got my Green Man. He is as a round piece too, so it'd be really nice to have the two of them. I'm not sure of the size though. So as I said, I only downloaded these this morning from the PDF she sent through. So I will look into them a little bit further and work out what I believe the fabric is from the Primitive Hare. I probably won't, just because of expense. I will try and keep it purchased in Australia. So I don't want to buy overseas unless it's 1, 2, 3 stitch, because I've never had a problem. I'm a bit nervous to purchase from overseas again now, because to get them as a hard copy, it was a lot of money, plus postage. Postage was almost the same price as the charts themselves, I think. So, which is okay, lesson learned. So that is my hope, to get that done this year, start them this year. That is it for me. That's the only purchase. I have not, I have been really good. I do want to get the companion piece from, I know Carolyn has it at A Stitch in Time. I don't think I mentioned her before. A Stitch in Time is where I got the Halloween sampler, the Teresa Kogut one. I would like to get the matching piece Halloween Eve, I think it's called, by Blackbird Designs, for my Midnight Watch. So the companion, I think that's what they're called. Anyway, so that's what I'd like to do. Now that is it for my cross stitch. I have, while I was away in Melbourne, I took my little quilting bag from Darvanalee Designs Studio. So this is her, I think this is her small size, and it's all pockets and whatnot. Unfortunately for me, these pockets are so good, I forgot to check them when I went through security, and I had my stitching, my big fabric scissors in there. So they took them, which I had to surrender them, which, you know, it's my fault, I get that. But this is worse than my husband cutting paper with them, because now I have none. They were a really good set and I loved them. So now I'll have to get a new set. So this is going to be on hold because I've got no fabric scissors at this point in time. But I did manage to, while I was on the plane, do some stitching. So through the year, so it was in May because hubby was happy for me to go away for my birthday to the quilt fair or quilt show that was held in Brisbane, and we had Nicole from Darvanalee Designs, Michelle, I think she's Shell Trails on Instagram, Jenny Trask is Jenny Stitches on Instagram, and Gail from Wombat Hollowcrafts we all came together and met in Brisbane, and we stayed in an apartment and went to the quilt fair. I was completely underwhelmed. My whole point to going was I'm not really a quilter because I'm very much a beginner. It was just more to hang out with the girls. And it was such a fabulous weekend. We just went there, and I think we went there all 4 days of the show. I thought I'll probably get bored. I'll just hang around, walk around the city while the girls go do their quilty thing. Oh my God. I came away with a quilt chart. I came away with fabric, which is currently it's packed away. So it's called Trip to the Stars. It's a mini quilt by Sewalicious Baker. And I don't know. So I have to cut, I can't remember, I think it's like 800 of these. Now they are, comes with the templates. So that's the template. And I think I had it backwards. There we go. That's for the diamonds. This is the one for the hexagons. And with these, you sew 6 together to create that. So if you look on there, all the white ones here or actually those ones there are hexagons with coloured diamonds like that. So, and that will make a mini quilt. So I had enough to do all of these on the plane, and a half because I didn't cut enough. So I got a half, and when I get some fabric scissors, I will keep going on those. So it's just a little, it's all by hand. It's English paper piecing, which I have got. So Gail kindly gave me, so I think we needed 8 packs of each. So these are them, which we were able to get through Darvanalee Design Studio, and they're the big ones. I think I've showed in the past the others, so I'll just get what the center one will be. Now the fabric I'm using is Forest Floor. I can't remember by whom, but this will be the center. So it's supposed to be white here, but I'm going to have that in the middle, and I will change those to white, or not white. I'm using calico. So I have done the corners, those coloured corners, and I'm just going to pause here and go get it. Okay, so these are the corners. I think I've showed these before, but if you haven't seen them, I'm just going to quickly run through them. The fabric is just beautiful. I'm so in love with the fabrics. And so these are the fabrics. Little raccoons. And I remembered too that I had, I actually used the owl fabric for my daughter's Harry Potter quilt, which if you follow me on Instagram, you will see it there. And I also finished, so that's a finish for the year, my quilting one. And I also did a quilt for my grandson, and I also bought his fabric at the quilting show as well. And that's on Instagram as well, because they were sent off to Nicole from Darvanalee Designs to quilt for me. And she did the binding and the backing as well. But these were the fabrics that I'll be using for this mini quilt. That one. And this was all the animals. So there's bears, and not all of them will fit, so I've just taken the ones that will fit for what I want them to do. I'm absolutely in love with the fabric. I can't remember, is Sarah someone? But yeah, so it was so much fun going to the quilt show. That is it for me now. So hopefully, so the quilt is going to be a little bit of a slow project that'll take me a while, and that's okay. Just something in the background. But it was so much easier to have that stitching on the plane than it was to have the across stitch, because they were smaller pieces, and I had enough light to do, and apart from the hiccup with my scissors, it was so much easier to do. So that is it for me now. Hopefully I will get another one. My next Flosstube will be probably maybe next month. I think this seems to work well, sort of doing it mid-month. So you all stay safe, enjoy stitching or crafting of whatever it is your choice is, and if you liked my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Press the little bell down below and you will get notified when I do a new one. So that is it for now. Stay safe.